Welcome to Chandbagh School, Physics Department, Grade 11, number 18, that is AC generator. Dear students, in this lesson, we are going to start from the basics of the AC generator and to the output of the AC generator. As we know that the AC generator is an electric generator that converts mechanical energy into electrical energy in the form of alternative EMF or alternating current. The AC generator works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. So in the picture you can see that bar magnet is moving towards the coil. There is a change of magnetic flux in the coil and EMF is induced and the needle deflect. So this is the basic principle of the AC generator. Now how it works? Simply a coil is rotated in the magnetic field and the current is induced, and one side of the coil is moving up and other side of the coil is moving down. So in both the sides of the coil the directions of the forces are opposite, so the current will be in opposite direction. So the essential parts of the AC generator is the stator and rotator. The stator is the part which is at stationary. For example, in this case, the magnetic field or magnetic permanent magnet bars are stationary and the coil is rotating. So the magnets are stator and the coil is rotator. Dear students, as far as the parts of the parts of the AC generator are concerned, uh, as we have discussed the two parts, the stator and rotator. So one by one we discuss what other parts of the stator and rotators are. First of all, the the first part is armature, which is a coil and rotating in the magnetic field. So the coil A, B, C, D is called armature. A coil A, B, C, D is called armature. This is the coil which is rotating inside the magnetic field. Now, the second part of the important of this AC generator is that how the coil is rotating. So, by using shaft, and shaft is being rotated by hand or by wind or by engine or whatsoever. So, there must be a rotating source. So, in this case, we are showing in the form of shaft. So shaft is rotating the coil inside the magnetic field. And the third part is very important again, which is magnetic field itself. The magnetic field lines are basically starting from North Pole to South Pole. And the another part are brushes, which are attached with the slip rings, and basically the rotating coil is attached with these slip rings and brushes. So B1 and B2 are the two brushes which are attached with the slip rings, and the last part is second last part is slip rings itself, which are rotating in the with the help of the coil. So shaft is rotating coil and coil are rotating the slip rings, and brushes are at rest. They are just touching the slip rings. Okay. So the when the coil is rotating inside the magnetic field, the current is induced and it passes through the load. In this case, the load is galvanometer. So when the current is passing through the load, galvanometer, the needle deflects. So these are the galvanometer. Now you can see that the coil is moving with the help of the shaft in the magnetic field, and the current is induced through the load galvanometer, and it is moving left and right. So it means that the current is maximum on one side, then becomes zero and goes to the other side, direction is changed and then comes to zero, and in this way it is working the AC generator. So AC generator is the working of AC generator is that the shaft is rotating the coil in the magnetic field, and due to change of flux in the coil, the current is induced in the coil, which is shown with the help of the galvanometer by deflecting its needle left and right, which shows that the current is not constant and it is changing constantly. Also becomes zero, then goes to the maximum, then comes back to zero, and then goes to the other direction and goes to maximum, and in this way the cycle is completed. So you can see that this AC generator uh, works. Now the current induced in this AC generator is determined with the help of the Fleming's right hand rule. As we have already discussed the Fleming's right hand rule, you can see the direction of the current. When the force is downward, the current is coming out, and when the force is upward, the current is going in. So the arm of the rectangular coil A, B, and C, D, they are being changed in the left side and then the right side. So that is why the current is changing from one direction to another direction. You can see in this figure. So once the current starts, it goes to zero, then maximum, then comes back to zero, and then goes to other direction, maximum, and then comes back to zero. So the cycle is completed. So this current can be shown with the help of the graphic in the other picture. The current is increasing, goes to maximum, and then starts decreasing, coming back. The deflection needle is coming back and coming to zero. So when the current comes to zero, you see this the current is coming to zero. It's decreasing, reaches to the zero level. It means half cycle is completed of the coil, and then the other half cycle in opposite direction, the current is going in the opposite clockwise, anti-clockwise direction. So reaches to maximum value, the same maximum value, peak value, and then again starts decreasing, and from this reaches to zero. This way the cycle of the AC output is completed. So here we can see that when the loop is perpendicular, perpendicular to the magnetic field, the plane of the loop is perpendicular to the magnetic field, maximum lines of magnetic lines of forces are passing through it, because area is perpendicular, area is parallel to the uh, magnetic field. So maximum lines are passing through the coil and maximum change of magnetic flux. So in this way, at this point, at 0 degree, uh, the current is maximum, and as the angle changes from 0 to 30, the current starts decreasing, and when the coil is at number 3, the plane of the coil is parallel to the magnetic field. No line is passing through the coil area. Hence, there is no change of flux through the area, through the coil, and no current is induced in this case. Then in case of the fourth, again the coil is the area of the coil for the change of flux is increasing, and at 135 degree again it's increasing, and the EMF is induced EMF is increasing, and at 180 degree the half cycle is completed, and again the coil comes perpendicular to the magnetic field. Coil plane of the coil becomes perpendicular 180 degree to the magnetic field. So here again the induced EMF becomes maximum. So the other half cycle is is completed in the same manner. Now, how we can increase the size of the induced EMF by with the help of the variable factors in the AC generator. So the number one is increasing the speed at which the coil rotates. Number two increase the strength of the magnetic field, increase the number of turns in the coil, and increase the total area of the coil. All these factors, when increased, the induced EMF is increased. In a power station generator, an electromagnet is often used, as this can provide a stronger magnetic field than is possible with the permanent magnetic field. So, dear students, in this lesson we have learned the following: that is, what is AC generator and working principle of AC generator, then the parts and working of AC generator, output of the AC generator, and factors of increasing induced current. Students, thank you very much